Hey, it's Mike. I got some tech stuff I want to talk about. Well, I got one tech stuff, Jamboard. You may have created Jamboards and used them right in your Google Meets, but I'm going to show you how to create and assign individual Jamboards to students in a classroom assignment so they can use those Jamboards to show you their work and you can collect and review that work. I find this especially helpful for math assessments. By the end of the video, you should be able to create a Jamboard and assign the Jamboard so that every student has an individual copy of it to do their work on and return it to you. Step one is to go into Google Drive and create a Jamboard. Now you can make one from Google Meet, but I find that if I'm going to assign it into Google Classroom, it's a lot easier to create one in my Drive. And I'll just go to New. It's not one of my first options. I go to More until I find Jamboard. And the first thing I want to do, as with any Google document type product, is give it a name so that it's easy to find when I want to add it to an assignment or search for it for whatever reason. Now, for a math assessment, this is usually all I do with a Jamboard. I have a blank slate for kids to draw, enter text, or even use the camera to add a picture of work they've done on a whiteboard, on paper, on a notebook, right to the Jamboard. I've had students use this in all of those ways. I'm going to clear the frame, though, so that students would have a nice blank slate to work with. And I'm going to make sure the sharing properties are such that anybody can actually edit the Jamboard. So I'm going to go down here to Get Link, and where it says Change Link, click there, and where it has Auburn School District 408 as viewer, I'm going to say anyone in this group can edit the link. And now I really am done with creating the Jamboard. The next thing I'm going to do is put it into a classroom assignment. So I happen to have a classroom open for just this type of situation. Going to go to classwork, and I'm going to create it. Now, it's really important that you make this an assignment, because this is the way that you're going to be able to make every student get their own individual Jamboard. Call it something like math test, because that's what I usually use this type of Jamboard for. And show your work. Students need to be reminded of that sometimes. Now I'm going to add from my Google Drive the Jamboard I created. And I know that I gave it a name right there. Also, in your Google Drive, when you insert things from Classroom, the most recent things you created are going to be the first things you see. This is the other important part. It's defaulted to students can view file. They can't do anything but look at it. You don't want to go to edit file, because that gives every student the permissions to edit one single Jamboard. You want to go to make copy for each student. And that's the only way that every single student has a different copy that they can edit. And when they turn it in, you will get different Jamboards from every student. I can adjust this as needed in the ways that you use these in your own classroom, but then I assign it. Sometimes it takes a second, but it's going to pop up in the assignment here, math test, so that any student can get to the Jamboard. When they turn it in, it will come directly to me in this classroom assignment. And that's how you can create a Jamboard in Google Drive and assign it to students so that each student can individually do and show you the work that they've done. Thanks for watching.